the 2022 Audi A5 Coupe, a car that is beautiful, aggressive, but today we are going to be even more aggressive. We are going to put it through our absolute toughest challenges. First up, the crash test. We are starting with a 64 km/h impact, hitting the barrier with a 50% offset. As you can see, the car actually performed really well in terms of safety. But I still have a question. Why did the pillar bend like that? I mean, it saved the passenger, sure, but that pillar deformation is a bit strange. It's honestly a bit weird to me. So let's move to the 100% frontal crash at 64 km/h. In this test, you can see the car is showing a much better performance. The pillars, they barely bent compared to the last test. This is actually satisfying. It seems that for this car, a full head-on collision is actually easier to handle. Next up, head-to-head collision. Two cars, different colors, same model, smashing into each other at 64 km/h. Both cars are showing a great performance. They managed to protect the occupants perfectly. And as you can see, the pillars bent very little. Can't complain about that. Overall, the goal is to see if the passengers survive, but we do have a dedicated roof crush test coming up to really test those pillars. Now, the rear-end trailer crash. Look at this. The car showed an absolutely extraordinary performance. I'd say this is one of the best performances we've seen so far. Just look at the impact force on the trailer's steel bar. That was terrifying. I've rarely seen a hit that bad. Now, the side impact test. This is tough for any car. We're hitting the side at 50 km/h. By the way, if you have any other crazy test in mind, definitely let me know in the comments. As you can see, the car showed a relatively good performance. In the real world, with side airbags, the passengers would be safe. You can see that from the interior view. Okay, after this, we're moving to the next level. We're going to test the roof strength and the rollover capability. First, let's put the car in the crusher and start the press. As you can see, the roof and pillars managed to withstand around 40,000 newtons. That's about 4 tons. That is a really good number. And compared to the 2022 Range Rover, this is way better. That Range Rover had shockingly weak pillars. 4 tons of pressure. That is impressive engineering. If you're enjoying seeing these cars get pushed to their breaking point, smash that like button and subscribe. Let's see what else this Audi can do. Now, the rollover test. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see if it protects the passengers. Well, as you can see, it didn't protect them that well. It seems the main weakness is the A-pillar. The other pillars did a great job, just like in the previous test. Now, let's switch gears to the acceleration test. This is a sports coupe, so we expect some speed. And it clocks 0 to 100 in 5.8 seconds. And for braking, it stopped in 34 or 35 meters. In my opinion, these are excellent numbers for a sports car. So let's powerfully move to the handling test. Starting at 55 km/h. Quick note, the model used here is slightly different visually, but the physics are the same, so don't worry about it. At 55 km/h, the car dodges the obstacles easily, no problems at all. You can see from the 360 view, it's a piece of cake. Let's bump it up to 60 km/h. Honestly, 60 km/h is way too easy for this car. It's handling it like a walk in the park. So we need to raise the stakes. Let's go to 65 km/h. This is where it might get a little tricky. But nope, the car clears it with absolute ease. So let's power through to 70 km/h. At 70 km/h, the car is fighting hard not to lose its line. And It succeeds. It clocked 70 kilometers an hour perfectly. So far, so good. You know the record for this test belongs to the Honda Civic Type R, right? If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. I think that car did it at 80 kilometers an hour. Let's see if this Audi can hit that 80-kilometer mark. At 75 kilometers an hour, the car is giving it everything it's got. It struggled, but it eventually managed to pass the test at 75 kilometers an hour. But 80 kilometers? Yeah, unfortunately, the car just couldn't handle 80. I tried many times, but the car lost every time. So, 75 is the limit. Until the next video, goodbye.